We are now feeding the morning session with the 24 kgs. And in the afternoon, that's 4 p.m., around 4 p.m.
Wednesday in the morning, armed with a chalk, Joseph Maina scribbles the day's entries. Just below him, what sounds like an answer echoes back. Sounds of cackling chicken have replaced the chuckles of cuckoos. Welcome to Mwea Brethren Schools in central Kenya, now turned into a poultry farm. This, the result of the prolonged closure of schools to contain the spread of COVID-19.
When they told us that the school was to be opened in January, that is now when my brain is now started working day and night. And somehow, in the middle of the night, I told my wife, we stay here, we die. Let us now think of doing something which can even feed us.
That has now turned into a full-time venture. From the dining hall to the classrooms, Maina has chicken ranging from a few days old to 3 months. Chalk dust now replaced the sawdust. Desks replaced by watering cans and feeding troughs. Since 2013, when he founded the schools, this is the longest the doors have remained shut, the longest his business has not earned him a cent.
I had intended to continue with the school as per the report of the government, which was coming as 30 days, then we are going to resume. 30 days, we are going to resume. Then, after the first 30 days, they said another 30 days. Nothing forthcame.
He's not alone. 10 kilometers from here, we're in Roka Preparatory School. Inside the classrooms, same sights and sounds. And there is more. Where the school field and children happily kicked balls and ran around, now rows of spinach, kale and onions sprout.
Two days after we children went home prematurely, you wake up in the morning and you look at your classrooms. You wake up and look at the playing field. You look around and see your swimming pool, which is just next here, and all of it is haunting you. And then you are left wondering, what do I do with this now?
Kenya has about 11,400 private schools serving about 3 million children. Since Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta announced the closure of schools, the private entities have been counting their losses. Thousands of staff members, including teachers, have gone without salaries.
Yes, I've made a loss. Why? Because even before they left, they had not cleared the school fees, which was about $1 million plus.
What people don't know is that private schools in Kenya, we run them through loans. And the collateral happen to be the children. Then you can imagine when the bank is waiting for the payment, the collateral is gone, and it is between you and the bank. It's really a torture.
Everyone be attentive, have your cameras on.
The announcement that schools would only reopen in January saw some schools introduce online learning, but this has only gone to expose the inequalities in East Africa's biggest economy.
With time, as I went asking my teachers, the numbers reduced. And it has gone on and on. You can imagine a class of about 55 children. I've just asked a teacher a few minutes ago, and he tells me he has 15 children. The reduction of numbers of children participating on the online learning was because maybe parents were not available to give the handsets to the children. Number two, they were getting short of funds to buy bundles to make the children attend the online lessons.
As we progressively de-escalate the containment measures and resume a sense of normalcy on education, our paramount consideration, both as a government, but also as parents, is the safety and well-being of our children.
For tens of private schools like Moya Brethren Schools, that door may have closed.
I'm inside what is a standard 5 classroom. On a normal day at this particular time, a mathematics lesson would have been underway. But these are not normal times. The coronavirus pandemic has changed business in Kenya. Indeed, the private school sector has been affected. Mr. Maina tells me he does not know whether this classroom will ever be normal again.
I have made up my mind for now that I will not have the boarding facility, because this business must continue.
And in that, they have been looking for vacancies for their children for the various classes. And what I told them was, I cannot promise them a vacancy until all my children are in school.
But what reasons are they giving for this?
Oh, the reason is they are saying that they've already been told that their private schools, some have already closed down, that some of the classes have been changed into other things, the owners either rearing poultry, others having pigs and this kind of stuff. Yeah, and maybe some are not financially stable to have the school reopening.
As the schools prepare to reopen, more education-related businesses are preparing to rise from the ashes. In Nairobi's Umoja Estate, furniture makers are working round the clock, hoping to meet the government demand of over 600,000 desks and chairs.
When the schools closed because of Corona, our business just went from 100% to zero in just a day.
Every day, I will leave home with nothing and return with about 50 Kenya shillings. I am happy I'm back to work.
Head teachers we spoke to, however, raised concern that unless government constructs new classrooms, the desks on their own will not help in implementing social distancing necessary to keep COVID-19 in schools at bay. One thing is clear, the education sector in Kenya has been disrupted, and it will take more than monetary investments to recover lost time. Sarah Kimani, SABC News, Kenya.